All right, so tonight we're diving into a case that's, well, it's one of those that gets under your skin, you know?
Yeah, definitely one that sticks with you.
It's the disappearance of Angela Hammond.
This one's a tough one. A real mystery. And heartbreaking, too.
Absolutely. So Angela Hammond, she was 20 years old back in 1991, living in Clinton, Missouri, engaged to be married to her high school sweetheart, Rob Schaefer. They were expecting their first child together, you know, really just starting their lives.
A bright future ahead of them. Just a normal young couple.
Exactly. From everything everyone says about her, Angela was a really outgoing and friendly person, the life of the party type.
Someone who just brought joy to be around.
So picture this. It's April 4th, 1991. A Thursday. It's late evening. Angela's running some errands. She stops at a convenience store to grab a few things.
Okay, setting the scene. Got it.
And while she's there, she decides to call Rob. You know, just to chat, catch up.
Back when you had to use payphones, right?
Exactly. So Angela's at the payphone outside the store talking to Rob. And during the call, she mentions that there's this truck that keeps driving around the parking lot.
Circling. Like more than just passing through.
Yeah, circling.
Right.
It's up to no good. Angela tells Rob about the truck, describes it as this kind of beat-up green Ford pickup. I think she even mentioned a fish sticker on the back or something. And then suddenly, Rob hears Angela scream.
Oh, man. That's chilling. Just thinking about being on the other end of that call.
It's terrifying. According to Rob, he could hear Angela struggling with someone, a man's voice yelling at her to be quiet. And then silence. Nothing.
Just like that, she's gone.
Vanished. Rob understandably freaks out, jumps in his truck and starts speeding toward the convenience store.
Right.
But then his truck breaks down. Can you even imagine?
Talk about a nightmare scenario.
The worst possible luck at the worst possible time. And because of that delay, because his truck broke down, he doesn't get to the store for a while.
So he becomes a suspect right away.
Of course. It's standard procedure in a missing persons case, especially when it involves someone close to the victim. But the police eventually cleared Rob of any involvement. They confirmed his story about the truck breaking down. But here's the really strange thing. Despite a massive search, the police found almost no evidence at the scene.
None. Really? Like no tire tracks or anything?
Pretty much. No tire tracks, no fingerprints, no signs of a struggle.
That's weird. Too clean, almost.
Right. Like she just disappeared into thin air. Which has led some people to speculate that maybe Angela knew her abductor. Maybe it was someone she trusted.
Makes sense. If there was no struggle, maybe she went willingly.
Exactly. But then there's the question of why and what happened to her afterward. There's also the unsettling possibility that Angela's case could be connected to other disappearances or murders that were happening in Missouri around that time.
Yeah, serial killers were a big thing back then. A lot of unsolved cases. So did they ever find any links to other crimes?
Unfortunately, no. They looked into several possibilities, but nothing concrete ever came up. So we're left with this incredibly frustrating mystery. A young woman vanishes without a trace. Her fiancé hears the whole thing unfold, but there's no evidence to point to what happened or who took her. And the town of Clinton, Missouri is left in fear. This case really shook them to their core.
You can imagine. A small town like that, everyone knows each other. Suddenly, nowhere feels safe.
Absolutely. And of course, Angela's family and Rob, they're devastated. No answers, no closure. For years, Rob continued searching for Angela. He even went on TV shows, hoping to get any leads, any information that could help solve the case.
That's got to take so much strength to keep going after all that time. It's heartbreaking.
It really is. This whole case is just so tragic. And it just shows you how quickly life can change. One minute you're talking on the phone, making plans for the future. The next minute you're gone.
Makes you think, doesn't it? Like how vulnerable we all are.
Totally. So what do you think? Where would you even start with a case like this? What's the most puzzling part to you?
Oh, man. Tough one. I mean, the lack of evidence is definitely strange. But for some reason, what really gets me is that truck. The description, the circling, the fish sticker, it feels like such a specific detail, you know? Like maybe there's something there that everyone's missed. Maybe someone saw that truck somewhere else, another town, another time.
You're right. It could be a crucial clue. And for anyone listening, I want you to really think about this case for a second. Put yourself in Rob's shoes. Imagine the terror of hearing your loved one being taken, the frustration of not being able to reach her in time. It's a chilling reminder to be aware of our surroundings, to trust our instincts, and to never take our safety for granted.
And to never give up hope. Even after all this time, there's always a chance that someone out there knows something. Maybe they've been too afraid to speak up, or maybe they just haven't connected the dots yet.
Exactly. Any detail, no matter how small, could be the key to solving this case and bringing Angela home. So if you have any information, please contact the authorities. Even after all these years, justice for Angela is still possible.
Let's hope so. For her sake and for her family's.
Absolutely. Well, that's our deep dive into the disappearance of Angela Hammond. It's a case that will stay with us, a reminder of the mysteries that still linger out there.
And the families who are still searching for answers.
Thanks for joining us tonight. And as always, stay curious.
And stay safe.